What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another
episode of Cafecito Time.
Cafecito. Imagine if I said Cafecito.
You'd be single. This episode is brought to you by Red Pill Blend. I'm going to talk to Grind Ops Coffee Co. about another blend specifically for Cafecito Time.
Oh,
for the Blings, but you just got to kind of give me some direction. Like
I already told you what I wanted. I wanted some café de olla taste, some cinnamon in there.
So something cinnamony. Mm-hmm. All right.
I went to Dollar General, and I was in line, and there was this black lady pissed. So, why is this Dollar General so unorganized? Oh. I go to the Dollar General on Shepherd. And I don't, my blood pressure don't go up. I can walk through these aisles. It's organized. Y'all just keep it
I think I know which Dollar General you went to.
Y'all just keep it raggedy in here. I can't stand coming to this. When y'all lucky I was on this side of town, I just be going to the one on Shepherd. They got it together over there. Their employees greet you when you come in. This little boy ain't got, look, you see this little boy? Ma'am, you see this little boy? He ain't even say hi to you. He just started charging you.
She told you that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like,
okay.
Yeah.
You got scared?
I didn't even know what to say. I was like, sure.
I don't want to get involved.
Yeah, I'm just here to buy bins to get my life organized, ma'am. That's what I'm here for.
Did you ever see, speaking of people getting into it at stores, did you ever see that lady shoot the lady at the AutoZone?
Why?
It was like an employee. So I guess an upset customer was like going off like, I'm going to whoop your behind. Like they're getting into it at AutoZone, the employee. And have you seen that, Juan?
No, but Chingo's feed be getting all crazy lately. Like every time I'm like scrolling, I'm like, what's this? And then I see something that just like fucks me up. And I'm like violence. Bro, what are you watching?
I mean, it's the algorithm. I saw something else. A dude getting elbowed. They knocked his wind out. But anyway, the AutoZone employee, I guess she got hit, felt disrespected, felt some kind of way. Next thing you know, she pulled a pistol out and pop, capped the lady. And now the lady's hollering. She's like, "Oh, you crying now?" type of thing.
Damn, that's ballsy.
My memory might have added that
ballsy.
Man, that move was so ballsy.
She probably just like stood over him. That's probably why you added that part.
Yeah, no, it was a little traumatic, even for me as a viewer.
I mean, I just feel like every time this is why I had this whole rant on my podcast about why I can't stand social media anymore. Mm-hmm. Every time I get on, a little boy just got shot at the Pearland flea market. Then there was a shootout on the freeway. Well, you know what I'm saying? It's like somebody got robbed, and it's like, well, damn. I'm glad I got a pool and a playground, so I can take my kids to the pool and the playground.
Shout out to the playground. Definitely want to shout
Houston
out.
Swing Sets.
But the one about the 10-year-old boy at the flea market, man, that you know what I'm talking about, right? The shooting. My sister was very upset because she was watching Grizzy's Hood News, right? Yeah. And I guess Grizzy did a whole heartfelt live stream. I don't know if it was like from the scene of the crime or something, but so my sister was just like vested and consuming and watching the stream, and
that's why it's hard to be on social media, because you do get invested. Like I saw the little boy's picture, and it broke my heart because he decided to go that day to go help his mom.
Damn, just by chance.
He decided to go and help his mama that day, and that happens. And it's these little dumbass. Do y'all even know what y'all are fighting about?
What was that beef about?
I don't even know. They don't even say what the beef is about. It don't even matter. Why are you in a family place? Like, y'all go do y'all's little drive-bys wherever y'all want to do them, but why does it have to happen at a family place? I just don't understand.
It sounds like you're ready to bring back some law and order.
Well,
in 2024. It sounds like in 2024, it sounds like you fed up with everything that's going on. I've been
fed up. I'm fed up with the school system. I'm fed up with this crime. I'm fed up with these potholes. I'm fed up with these groceries prices. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm over it.
I went to H-E-B yesterday, and they literally hit me over the head.
And trust me, my husband is cheap, y'all. And he will go around around buying what we really are supposed to buy. And he comes home and I'm like, what is this brand? Oh man, the real brand was too expensive. I'm like, bro, why would you buy? You got to.
This great
I'm sorry,
value.
they're gonna have to.
It say on the package it's a great value.
He's
Baby,
like,
you know how inflation works? It's that's going up.
Baby, this is baby, this is Biden inflation.
I was like, these aren't even the yogurts the girls drink. Well, they're cheaper than the organic ones.
No, I literally wasn't sure. Because I remember you mentioning like, oh, they actually like these little healthy ones now that are lower in sugar and just like a little bit more.
If you go too cheap, you're going to have like metal inside the yogurts and all kinds of weird
your chicken nuggets and shit.
Yeah. It's crazy because...
that's exactly what they're doing.
I don't even want to tell y'all how much I pay for these nuggets.
Which nuggets?
The ones from Whole Foods.
Oh, okay.
Because it's got nothing but 2 ingredients.
Ain't got no metal.
Ain't got
no lead.
And I don't know who's gonna pay that much, except from dumb me.
No shrapnel.
But I pay for it because
those are the World Economic Forum type of nuggets.
That's what that is.
That's what they have.
That's what they buy.
They got a guy winking on the bottom.
It's like that's what we buy.
I was
that's for us.
And then they get the recall. They just did the recall on the Tyson nuggets too.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was like, it's crazy because you have to cut corners. You really do. It's like, okay, well, maybe this week we don't get, blah, blah, blah. Listen, y'all, I only like 1 peanut butter.
It's only 1 peanut butter I like.
And I like for the peanuts to go in the grinder and it grinds itself and it makes me peanut butter. That's what I like. Them canned ones, fresh out the machine. And sometimes... we're not able to get it, but my husband surprised me with real peanut butter yesterday.
So catch Chingo on tour next year.
For real, that's what it sounds like.
We gonna have to be
it sound like
hard at work.
It sound like the hard at work tour. I'll be like this with a rag.
That's what it needs to be, baby. You just named the tour.
Hard at work
tour.
Well.
And you should be wearing, oh my God, it should be a construction outfit, like a hard hat. It'd be so funny. Like you're trying to fix it. Y'all, my husband changed the fucking battery from my car.
It's about to be Xi Jinping Marisol.
It's about to be what? Oh, Xi Jinping.
Xi
Jinping.
Xi Jinping. I look like him.
Why? I'm lost. Y'all going too fast.
This is about no, because she's about to like come down hard at us.
I'm trying to see where I'm gonna be. We need to make time. Shout out to Dr. Juan, aka Juan Hermosi, aka Juan Perez.
Hermosi.
The production schedule is coming together real nice this month to where y'all gonna see a lot more music collaborations, music video. Tour dates.
This week we're finishing up what these children have been sick. Yeah. And they continue to have this cough. And when you telling me this is just normal to have this cough, and you done been to the doctor I don't know how many times because it's allergy season.
Mm-hmm. I got congestion right now.
What's in the air?
Yeah, there's a bunch of
chemtrails
all over the air.
Chemtrail season.
I'll throw up a little graphic for y'all right now. Right there.
The what? What you
graphic?
Oh yeah, there it is. But back to the tour name, y'all. Y'all jumping around. Y'all going too fast. Okay. Hard at work tour. Do you think that really communicates? Like
you hard at work.
It could be a placement holder, but
by 2024.
Oh, you know what? So this goes on YouTube. So why don't we have some people? Somebody should name the tour, and then we should give them something like the newest merch, like a jacket.
Help us name the tour.
Help us name the tour, and y'all get a jacket. Exclusive jackets that only get sold at shows. These aren't even on the website.
I don't know, but look, I want to say
what do you think about that?
Well, I want to say this because I feel like the tour, sure, I like rewarding fans when you crowdsourcing and they're giving you ideas because things like TIA, Tamal Intelligence Agency, Red Pill Tamales, those kind of titles came from the fans. Mm-hmm. But what I was going to say is it's 2024 and the world is in a crazy place. Like I want to be able to like say something that's relevant to the material, relevant through what people going through, and stands out from the crowd because it's a lot of comedians right now.
Going through a tour.
Going through a tour. These are all placeholders. Going through a tour, hard at work tour. But my homeboy, my old barber, you know what I'm saying, from back in the day, back when I had hair, he texted me. He was like, hey, man, I was just randomly thinking. He's like, man, I just want to give you props because you like really stood your ground a couple years ago when everybody was at your neck. and you know, you didn't bend, fold, you didn't apologize, you didn't nudge, like none of that, you know. And I'm not saying the tour name has to have something like that in it.
Don't fold. The Don't Fold
Never
tour.
been, never folded. You know what I'm talking about?
Ain't no folding bit.
Ain't no folding bit. Tour. Ain't no folding bit tour. Now we got 3. Hard at work. Going through it. Ain't no folding bit. But anyway, por ahí va. That's kind of like, you know.
Hey, real funny, because you know how we're just spitting out ideas. So since the girls were little, this has started with Penny. I would kind of make up songs. I'd do stuff like "Donde está la vale?" Tra tra, and so then she'd be like, and she'd go tra tra, right? So she would like I do booyah, and you know they go along. So I always find like their little kid songs, but we always change the words to it, right? So last night I was trying to get the girls to go up to take a bath, right? It was bath time, and I said, "Sunny, Sunny, it's time to take a bath," and she replies, No.
Don't want to
take a bath. I turned around and I said, "Ma'am, you are too." But the song goes, no. Yeah. I don't want to eat whatever like, the song goes.
Like this morning, I said, school, time to go to school, and then she throws in her low.
You picked the wrong song for this.
It was funny. I was like, she came back with, "Don't want to take a bath." Me and Penny were laughing. I was like.
And you know what? Shout out to all the hardworking parents out there, because like right now, the kids are at school, so it's a totally different house. It's a totally different vibe. You know what I mean? Like I love my kids, don't get me wrong. But like shout out to all the parents out there who purposely made their lives more complicated. Because like I saw a comedian saying on Instagram, like, I'm team no kids, and like, you know, y'all don't get it. Like it was, I guess, supposed to be funny, like I like freedom. Y'all don't. Why y'all mad? 'Cause y'all can't just take random naps and you ain't got 10,000 places to be. And it's like, I know all that, but it's still worth it when you just, you know, they be bad. You be having to take them to the doctor, and you just picking up after them, and your whole life is just catering to them.
It's short-term fun. So it's short-term fun, but then with kids, it's like the long-term. Like it's like a long game. Like it's like a long-term fun, because it's at the end of your life, you're like, oh, dude, I still left something behind.
I raised them.
Well, no, because the day that I decided to have kids, I mean, when I first met Chingo, I told him, I said, ain't no kids happening here, so I hope you're cool with that. He goes, oh, I'm cool with that because I already have one. I said, cool. So now I'll just be the part-time mom. I'm down with that. I ain't got to worry about nothing except for every other week. Cool, you know? And then it was like, we were in Hawaii, and I told the story a gazillion times. No, it was a mom on the beach. Remember, she was breastfeeding that child? And I was just like, well, she didn't stop her life. She's just still on the beach breastfeeding like nothing. I was like, this sand is annoying, and I ain't got no kids. And you're over there like, hey, I don't care.
Especially for the women. Like, it's one thing for men to be like, I'm perfectly fine being selfish, and like I'm perfectly fine being like either done or just with no kids. Like, because you get to be selfish and you just do whatever you want, go wherever you want. You don't have no things to check in or whatever. But for females, it's got to be like a biological clock. You know what I'm saying? Just something where it's like for example, the ladies that on TikTok, like you see people posting clips where they're like, you know, as a 40-year-old single woman, you know, I went out for drinks with my friends, and then I ordered the sushi appetizer, and now I'm at home having wine. I'm gonna sleep in tomorrow, and it's like it starts sounding borderline miserable too.
That sounds real fun to me though.
Well, because I think it's because women are more wired for nurturing, the majority. Yeah. Like there are some outliers, but at the same time, you still have a majority that are like internally nurturers. So like when you have nothing to nurture, that's why you have a dogs or whatever. You get the dog moms or whatever. It's like, but those only last 10 years, so I don't know.
Damn. Speaking of that, didn't we react to a clip, right? Or we're watching a clip of some comedians who were doing some crowd work stuff, and basically they had like a female up there and like 10 dudes, and they were just like, okay, narrow it down. Who's the guy gonna be? Long story short, homegirl starts narrowing them down, like, nah, I don't like that kind of profession, or nah, I don't like this, I don't like that. And it's like down to the last few. And then they're like, okay, let's talk about kids. And then she's like, well, I don't want none. And then the little guy, he's all, And I think I'm opting more to be a pet dad or something. And then next thing you know, they're like kissing on stage. Like the comedians got them to kiss on stage and stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but
I kind of when I realized that, I was like, well, I already finished school, so it's not like, well, I didn't get a degree, right? I've already had a business, you know what I'm saying? A successful business too on top of that. So it wasn't like, little LLC. So I mean, I've traveled, trust me. Like I was not sleeping on no traveling. I was traveling, I was going places. So
she wasn't catching feelings, she was catching flights.
Exactly. And so I was like, well, damn, there's kind of nothing else to do. I had already done my bucket list. I was doing bodybuilding, which was my last thing on my bucket list.
And she done met the love of her life at that point.
Exactly. So
you know I mean, really, what you talking about? What else is there? So when I came to him and I said, hey, so I think I want to have kids. He's like, for real? Okay. Well, I guess we could do this. I said, but first, I don't want to not be married. So when we get married, we can do this. And then we got married. And he was like, all right, that's not a problem either. She was like, on my birthday.
On my birthday. He's like, no, why we got to wait till your birthday?
It's the day before your birthday.
He did say it's the day before your birthday.
We ain't getting no younger, girl. You might as well do it.
Oh, my gosh.
But yeah, man. Can we shout out Red Pill Blend? And remind me of these flavors and spices so we can get a Cafecito blend going. And are we gonna have coffee mugs soon?
Yes, I think we have a design, sort of. Right?
Okay, all right. So we're gonna hit y'all with some cool vibes.
Can I just insert something real quick here? If you're a parent and you have a child, I know it's really crazy. Like, I know it's crazy. Trust. I know. I got a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old.
And they be boxing.
And they got activities and they're already fighting like boxing. Okay. Like not play fighting. Like they're for real on the floor. The 2-year-old is not afraid.
And the 5-year-old be like, but she always.
Yeah. So.
And I'm like, use your technique.
I already told them that when Sonny joins JiuJitsu and they get in a fight, they're going to have a match, and whoever loses, this was getting the spanking. And that's how it is. And it'll teach them like not to fight so that they can stop fighting and instead work it out. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to work it out.
They're going to be like Henner and the other guy, Henza, with the other dude.
Like, y'all finna work it out. I need to see this. One, it's teaching them to resolve the problem, right? Like, they're going to have to think and use the skills that we're paying for.
Skills pay the bills.
Bless you. But no, but here's my insert. It wasn't really that. I know how crazy it is, but even if you have to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, while your child is in the bath, read to them. While your child is maybe like, even if you can't read to them, there are apps that read to them too. So even if you don't have time to read to them, find the book, and the app can actually read to your child. I didn't know that thing existed, like, but it does. I know. No, we're not doing the app.
And
I just learned about the app. This is why I'm saying this. Because every time I go volunteer, it just breaks my heart. And then, I saw this video on TikTok. It was hilarious about a teacher that went viral where he was calling out his 7th grade students who are at 4th grade level. And they're not able to read. So he made a very good statement. And he said, you're going to tell me that as a parent, you want to be mad at me when your child has not been able to read since they were in the 4th grade and they're just passing them along. He said he can put as many zeros as he wants and they're still going to pass them to the 5th, to the 6th, to the 7th. So now they're in the 7th, still reading at a 4th grade level. And he said even some are at a 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade level in the 7th grade. We got a problem.
Is that No Child Left Behind stuff? Probably. When they were like,
we have a problem. And so I just would like to say, Cafecito Time community, let's create a good community of parents who, yes, I'm tired. No, I don't feel like reading to them. But just even, I know it's supposed to be 20 minutes a day, but even if it's just like 2 pages out of the book, even if you have to use the app so that somebody is reading to them, it's super important for vocabulary, for comprehension, for, you know what I'm saying?
Leaders
Reading skills,
are readers.
leaders. Exactly. So for whatever,
To be able to inform yourself,
like,
while there's
just
still books.
still do it. There's so many kids who don't have access to books. Trust me, there's a bunch of those, little things where you can go donate books. Go get one from there. You know what I'm saying? Go check out a book from there. Take your child to the library and get a book, even if you can't afford books. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know everybody is at different financial levels and stuff. And I know there's single moms or single dads who've got to go to work 2 to 3 jobs. Maybe ask the nanny or the babysitter, who's ever watching them. Hey man, can you just read a book with them? I
want to recommend that children's Bible stories book. I don't know the exact publisher, the exact one, but I like it because even I'm learning. I'm like, yeah, that's what happened to Joseph. He was in Egypt.
And sometimes, and even if they're not listening, guys, it's okay if they're not listening. They are subconsciously they are listening. Our 2-year-old doesn't sit still, but he is still reading when the reading is happening, and she's still doing her own thing, but she's hearing that in the background. So it's still important. I just wanted to say that was just my answer, just because today it's like every time I go volunteer, my heart just breaks, and I'm just like, I wish I could just talk to the parents and explain to them why this is so important, and because I am a product of immigrant parents who didn't speak the language. So I understand them already in that sense, right? So there's probably no, I guess, how am I going to read an English book if I don't speak English? But there's Spanish books. So read the Spanish books. They're in ESL anyway. So, read them the English book. It's fine. The Spanish book, it's okay. So, but just read to them. And I see the disconnection there because, they're kindergartners and they're still not able to identify letters. And, as much as I get on Penny's nerves when I pick her up from school, she's always like, can you not ask me? So I'm always like, how was your day, Penny? Good. What did you do? Mom, I'm tired. I'm like,
well,
seriously?
Another aspect to all of this, as to why the Cafecito Time community, not only are we trying to encourage that let's all try to raise a fire generation of kids that are on it. Another aspect to this whole subject is how, in this country, we supposed to be the best. We supposed to have all the money. We supposed to be number one. We the ones paying all the taxes. But for whatever reason, we ain't got to point fingers. But our educational system, these public schools, man, some of them are iffier than others, and it's subpar.
And it's not fair. It's not fair that schools are being rezoned for whatever reasons. And now these kids who are just in a lower income area don't get the same school district, but maybe you live down the street from the better area,
school with more resources.
Yeah, but y'all are the same school district and y'all ain't getting the same resources. I don't understand that part. And I know that's way ho in the school system political situation.
But in general though, there's a lot of deterioration and somebody's dropping the ball, especially in some of these cities where your freeway catching on fire. You know what I mean? They got to shut your whole freeway down. Kids got to walk past all these homeless and fentanyl people just to get to the school. It's just,
But there's really no excuse. There's libraries that are for free. The kids can get their own libraries, their own card and stuff like that. So you would literally take them to school. I've seen moms, I've seen dads, single moms, single dads, take their kids to the library, take a bus if you don't have a car. They've taken buses to the library. They'll make it a whole day and then they'll go back home. I've seen that happen. You can do it.
For sure.
There's really no excuse. And then on top of that, let's just say you don't read. If you want to keep making excuses, they also have audiobooks in the library.
That's what I'm saying. That's why there's apps that read to you anyway. So when I saw that, I was like, no, I want to read to my child. Why would I use an app? But I'll use this for an example. So it was really weird because we've always read to the girls, and so I would read her a bedtime story, but she liked also for Calm to read her a bedtime story. So Calm is like a meditation app, and it has a kids section, and so she would really like it because the girl would say, "It's time to relax. are you laying in your bed? And so she would say yes. So she would reply to the app. It was funny. So she really liked that. We had to cut that service because it was $80 a month. So, you know, or something.
80 a month?
Or a year.
No,
I'm
that's
sorry,
a year.
or something like that. And I was like, man, we got too many apps already. We have to cut this. So it looks like you ain't getting no more comms. She's like, she asked me that, and she goes, Mom, you remember that app you would put? What happened to it? And I'm like, so we read now because you can read, remember? But anyway, going back to that,
basically it's a low down dirty shame.
Yeah, it's really sad, and I feel like we as parents need to really come together. Doesn't matter if you're on the left or the right. At the end of the day, I think as parents we all want the same thing for our kids, right? For them to be successful, so that when we're no longer here, they're able to be, you know, independent adults and sufficient, and know how to budget and know how to organize and know how to manage their day, etc. Right? Or at least I hope most parents that's what they want for their children. Right?
You got to post a picture of me reading to the girls. That way people can see, like, you ain't got to be dressed up at a school. You know what I'm talking about?
I'll say something messed up.
They got
something messed up, but I don't
well, I'm finna say they got the drag queens reading the books to your kids.
This is what it is. Like, this might sound messed up to you guys, but I only know it because I've seen it happen with people I'm not going to name from close to me. But like, you think you're doing good as a parent or whatever, like, because you have your kids or whatever you are. If you're on your phone all the time and then also with your kids, you're not giving the kids your actual
undivided attention.
So even 30 minutes of undivided attention and an hour of undivided attention goes a lot more further than like 2 hours on your phone at the playground or an hour like on your phone at the dinner table with them instead of actually engaging them, which is what they need. And then if you're not reading to them, have them read a book just to get off the screen time. Because the screen time, I mean, we're just making them little dope fiends on, like...
We just had a whole person come on my podcast talk about
where
it.
You're making them like a little dope fiend of just dopamine hits from the little tablets and stuff. And they're not actually understanding how to read. So if all that goes away, they're kind of lost. They're just like... What do we do without our tablets? What do we do without TV?
How do I mail a letter?
How do I live? Like, you know what I mean?
Don't let GPS go down. So many people.
No, we talked about that too.
Make them self-sufficient. Like help them to be better. Like, just at the basic stuff that you learned as a kid growing up, just because we didn't have the internet and stuff. I think that needs to be more implemented. And I think people really need to look at their lives and be like, oh, do I have more time for the kids? Well, instead of maybe watching this hour-long sitcom, maybe I could spend 30 minutes with them or something. I mean, but that's kind of like what a lot of people don't like to do, because then you got to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, fuck, I kind of am failing here. Like,
I'm really good at, like, I'll tell you, I'm like, man, I'm such a shitty parent today. I didn't do blah, 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 you know, but man, sometimes it'd be hard. That's what I'm saying. I know it's hard. Like, parenting isn't easy. I don't think no one said it was, right? I mean, I don't think there's not a manual. There's not, and everybody parents differently. But if somebody came to me and said, what is the one thing you've noticed that's most important? I would say personally is having conversations with my kids, right? And like talking to them regardless of how much I get on her nerves for asking a gazillion questions, right? And, you know, us sitting down actually doing homework and me being involved in school, as hard as that is, because it's not that easy to go and, you know, volunteer, and it's just kind of like, oh man, I got shit to do, you know, and it's like, I got so much work to do, but here I am sitting here. Trust me, you know, just it's just
it's demanding.
It's tough,
like,
man.
Like when it's rainy and cold outside, but you got to take them to the doctor. You know what I mean? And you got to sit there, and the doctor's packed, and you got to reschedule, and you can't do a whole bunch of stuff. Like yesterday, I managed to make it to JiuJitsu. Like we went to the clinic. We had to reschedule. So already I was talking myself out of going to class, because it's like, man.
And this is Dad that took him, y'all, by the way.
Yeah. So it was like, it's cold, it's rainy. You had to reschedule the appointment. Just go to the groceries, try to knock out some music stuff, and maybe go to like 24-hour fitness or something, and then take them to the clinic instead of going to your little class. It takes an hour and a half. But I was like, I just put myself in autopilot. I was like, man, I just gotta go. And sure enough, we went over some techniques, and I was like, okay, I needed to go over this. But
yeah, and that's another thing. It's like you know, if you're single, I'm sure that's hard, because it's like, who backs you up, right? It's like you have a backup, right? So it's like bitch, I got to figure this shit out by myself. You want me to do this and that and that and that? No, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, take it for granted that I do have a partner that is helpful. And, yesterday I had to knock out my podcast. And, so it was kind of like, dang, I don't want to reschedule because we were scheduled last week because the girls were still dealing with what do you call it?
Some other.
No, it was the cough again. The same little thing.
Allergy
but
stuff, yeah.
We took them to the doctor then. It was just, this was, Sonny had the throwing up issue. That was last week. Mm-hmm. And so now they both have this cough issue. So it was like, bro.
I know, because it's probably like, doctor again?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What? You got to go to the pharmacy?
No, I saw it on the planner. I was like, they were at the doctor's last week. And now we're again. So we had a combo. I was like,
some of this over the counter stuff wasn't working. So it's like, let me just go ahead and take them in.
Anti-Bill Gates medication.
Hey, exactly. I was trying to negotiate with the clinic. I'm like, I know it's 2 of them, but they got the same thing.
Can we just get one medicine?
You gonna charge me one clinic fee? They're like, no, sir, it's 2. It's 2 different kids, 2 different charts, 2 different. Yeah, I know.
No Black Friday sales,
but they got the same. Y'all ain't gotta buy one get one. They got the same thing. It's the same little cough.
I know, but I gotta call and make sure that they become the PCP. It was a whole ordeal. But anyway, what I was saying.
PCP, ain't that a drug? Okay, go ahead.
I thought she was gonna say
primary
CCP.
Care physician.
I was like, damn.
It's primary care physician.
Okay, got it.
So anyway, I was just saying I'm fortunate. So I had to go finish my podcasting. I had a guest too, so I didn't want to reschedule on my guest. And so it was kind of like, all right, Dad, you got it? I got it. I was like, I'm all nervous the whole time. I'm like, how's it going? And he's not responding. And it's like, he sends me a video. I was like, oh, that's not why he's not responding. These kids were.
Yeah, they were.
Baby kids.
They were demanding.
He's like, I'm surviving.
They were slapboxing in the clinic waiting lobby. They're just like, hey, that's her tablet. Well, she wasn't using it. I'm using it now.
Both get trained up. You're gonna have to fight both of them. What if they choke you out, Dad?
It might happen.
Choke you out. He wakes up. He's like, what?
Well, by then, bro. By then, you know what I'm saying. By then,
that's gonna be fun to watch. You like
be a
going
black
with the
belt?
girls.
Me do what now?
You like practicing with the girls. I can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah. They're gonna be beasts. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was my little insert, and I know if it sounded preachy, I wasn't trying to sound preachy.
No,
but,
I think that's good because I mean,
but I every time I told you what I text you, I said, "Damn." I used to work at a foster agency, and when I worked there, it was like really tough because I would leave there every time like, what can I do to solve these problems? Like, there's way too many kids in the foster care system. What it's like you're trying to figure out like where it's going wrong and why it's going wrong, and that why there's so many kids in the foster care system, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm just sitting there, and so here I am, tutoring these kids to read, and just so y'all know, I'm bringing my own material for them to do, like the same way I taught my children to read. I'm bringing those things in, and he found some paper the other day in this bag. He goes, what is this for? I'm like, that's for my children at the school. I'm like, I got to take it with me so I can like help them. And I was like,
supplies.
It's supplies, because they're missing a lot of supplies.
Yeah, I mean, this might be like tough for some people to hear because they might be like, hey man, this ain't cool. Why y'all talking about that? Because that's like the stuff that they probably don't want to hear if they're like, oh shit, you know what? I have been lacking in that.
And it's not the teacher's fault.
It's not the teacher's fault, but at the same time, it's like these messages need to get out there. So like y'all saying it isn't a bad thing. It's just people need to hear the hard part so that they can start knowing what to fix.
I applaud teachers who have to, and I'm not saying all teachers because there's some shitty teachers out there, but the good teachers and the teachers who put up with this mess, the fact that they have to buy their own school supplies is awful to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand. I know there's plenty of tax dollars for these teachers not to have to buy their own school supplies. That don't make no damn sense. Why teachers are sending a note home asking if you can send in more tissues or more Clorox wipes?
Half of it's going to Ukraine. That's why.
Yeah. These teachers should not have to do that. And I'm just saying that. So shout out to the teachers who actually come in and do their job and are concerned and have to work with what they can and make it do.
I bet these other countries, man, you go check out. I mean, you don't even got to go that far. Mexico, like their math, their science, like them little kids be on it. Even though it's a poor country, You got cartel every damn where.
Well, they don't have free lunch.
They don't give them free lunch.
You go home to eat. You see what I'm saying? So all these privileges that we give here at the school, you know what I'm saying? They're like, what? This is dope. You know what I'm saying? Like these are they don't even have half of what these children, unless you go to private school, obviously. But you know what I'm saying? Their public school system doesn't even have half of the shit that we have. And you know, it don't make no damn sense. That's all I gotta say. It don't make no damn sense. Teachers should not be in wondering what tomorrow's gonna look like in their school next year. So y'all lucky I'm just not running for this board, because I'd
y'all lucky this ain't Her Lounge podcast. Otherwise,
I'd call every stupid person on that board who just makes no sense. It's like we all as parents need to sit. It's public, but we all as parents need to question that budget, that HISD budget. What y'all doing with it?
Yeah, I mean,
what y'all doing with it? Why aren't y'all helping
probably
these
bureaucrats?
children
I would say bureaucracy.
And these teachers? And you know, teachers shouldn't have to be waiting for their pay. Some of these I've heard teachers ain't got their paychecks. Some teachers in HISD haven't gotten their paychecks, bro.
Well, let's see what the Houston mayor, just to see what other issues they're going to add.
You know, it makes no sense. I would be like, ain't nobody teaching y'all's kids. Somebody better get my paycheck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't function. Just like you can't. You get to come to work, principal, because you getting your paycheck. But guess what? That? I ain't getting my paycheck.
Could we talk about this really cool Christmas gift idea?
Yes. Let me just sip my coffee right now,
because
that was
coffee.
A lot.
Take a deep breath. My baby's getting mad because she volunteered today. But to all the parents out there, even if it's not summer anymore, this might be a really cool Christmas gift. We're actually customers of Johnny's Backyard.
That's the San Antonio version, just so you know.
Yeah. Here
they're called Houston Swing Set.
Okay. I have all that information.
Okay, just making sure.
Let me know. Okay, well, I'll close that out. But I'm going to give y'all this information, because they got two different websites, because they're located in San Antonio and Houston. Check them out, johnnysbackyardsa.com. You can hit them up, 210-386-3647. Get you that nice little swing set. We'll put it right here at the bottom. Get you a nice swing set.
My swing set is so nice. I love it.
Can you?
Yeah.
I'll put it in the video.
I just wanted them to see
how pretty, y'all.
I just wanted them to see the swing set.
Yeah, I was gonna take a picture of it right there.
All right.
With that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Cafecito Time. Please tell a friend if you enjoy it.
Share it. I love you, teachers. Keep your head up.
Shout out to y'all.
Bye.